Today, I'm going to show you how I make my face mask. I hope you enjoy. To begin, you're going to need two different scissors. I use the bigger scissors to cut the fabric, the smaller one to cut the thread after you put it in the needle, elastic bands, measuring tape, thread, a round circle to measure out your fabric with, well, cut a pattern for, and fabric, of course, and I use the antibacterial spray towards the end of the process. Of course, choose the fabric of your choice. I chose this black and white animal print fabric. Then once you have your circle, you're going to fold it in half. You're going to fold it in half lengthwise. Now once it's folded in half lengthwise, you're going to fold it in another half, like so. See, like that. Then you're going to cut it along this line and then this line as well. But when you get to this side, you're going to have to cut it twice, 2 different times to open it up. You should end up with 4 equal pieces, 4 equal triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Triangle right side up. Take another one and place it face side down on top, and then you're going to line it up to where it's even, and then stitch from here to here. You should have 2 halves that look like this. Don't mind my nails, I need to get them done. So they should look like this. Now you're going to do the same thing you did for joining the smaller halves. You're going to open it up. Put one face up, right? So then you stitch both halves together.
Machine Gun Kelly posted a video. He captioned it in love.
And this is what it looks like.
Girl, it seems to be Megan.
And the other face down. You're going to take the face down one, place it on top of the face up one, and make sure they line up perfectly. Once they do, you're going to start stitching from here. Then come back, stitch from here to here, but you're going to leave a little space unstitched. I'm going to show you why. Sewing it down.
Because we know that each person is unique, we threw out the traditional one-size-fits-all rehab center model. Our addiction treatment campuses in Devon, Pennsylvania, South Amboy, New Jersey, and Mays Landing, New Jersey, provide individualized inpatient and comprehensive outpatient service.
Continue sewing it across till you come to almost its end part, but remember, you're not going to close it all the way up. I stitch my stuff close together. I don't loop over, I go back and forth. Like, go through this way, come back out the other way. And just keep doing that back and forth. Now, the reason I said not to close it up all the way, you see on the tip, is because when you stitch it all together, it's going to be inside out. So you're going to need to have a piece open to pull it through. And all you got to do is just grab some of the material from right inside and start pulling it to the outside. So you're going to wait until you get a piece up top. Like right here, you see it? And start pulling it out. Just take your time. Now, I wouldn't say this is an easy process. It's very tedious. Voila. So now you're going to make sure the ends is pulled out all the way. You see? And I like to leave my needle and thread still attached from the other side. So when I put this together, I can just carry on the stitch and close it up. I usually measure about 9 inches of the elastic, cut it, of course 2 because you need it for each side of the mask. So you can either choose to place the elastic on the mask first and then fold over the flap and stitch it closed, or you can stitch the flap closed but leave some space for you to thread the elastic through. I prefer to cut the elastic first, lay it into the mask where the flap is at, and then stitch it over. Just don't stitch down the elastic because you want to be able to slide. Now you're going to fold the flap part in like this. You can't see because really too well because it's the color. And then you're going to stitch it down. This is what your stitched corner should look like. And with the elastic still unattached. When you do the other corner the same way, then you're going to attach your elastic together. I stitch mine on the ends together, and then I do a special little trick to make sure it stays. And that's why I said leave space, room, so it can slide back and forth. So that way when you stitch it together, you can slide the part that's stitched together back inside the sleeve right here, and you won't see the stitched end. Now your mask is done. And the last and final step, for me at least, is to spray it with the fabric antibacterial spray. I like the Thai one because it smells really, really good. I spray it because I actually sell my masks. And prior to beginning, always sanitize your area, your work area. I use the Clorox wipes or the cleanser that comes in a regular spray bottle, because you want to make sure your area is clean because you're dealing with material and stuff like that, and you're also providing it to another person. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that you enjoyed making your mask.